You're listening to the Lanterns Radio Network. We are the network dedicated to empowering the individual, illuminating the truth, defending American exceptionalism, and inspiring future generations. Stay connected and get involved at Lanterns.buzz for great radio. Get commentary and news of the day. Lanterns.buzz.
Common sense, comedy, and freedom. You found the defenders of American exceptionalism on the Lanterns Radio Network.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. What is love?
We're going to get in so much trouble for that one. You're listening to Defenders of American Exceptionalism on the Lanterns Radio Network. And that's about all the fun we're going to have tonight.
We had to have a little bit in the beginning because we are not having any fun today.
No, this is going to be a...
You're welcome, Brad.
Yeah, we're not going to be making any friends whatsoever on this one. I'm going to tell you that now.
No.
We are live on Facebook at DOAE Show, Twitter at DOAE Show. You can find us also on patreon.com/DOAE
Show.
Exactly.
Get some swag. Be a friend.
Please share us. What are we? We've already started?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's already started. You're good. You're good. What?
Oh, okay.
What? Don't get distracted. It's okay.
No, sorry. I was reading comments. We haven't even launched into the show yet, and we already got people saying how awesome it is. No pressure. No pressure. No pressure. So, anyway, we do have a fabulous, fabulous show. Mm-hmm. It's not a very happy show.
No, it's really not.
It's not. We're going to be... Sorry, I'm getting my junk together here. It is not a happy show at all. It is actually a very big pet peeve of Steven and myself. Mm-hmm. Or one of the few. And so, yeah, we're going to... Without further ado...
jump into the meat.
Might as well just dive into the deep end and just be done with it.
Sure, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Where do you want to go?
Let's start off. There was an article from the New York Times. Oh. Yeah, and it's actually an older one.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But, yeah, because it came out in...
2011.
2011.
Yes.
The title is The 2-1 Pregnancy.
Yeah. Oh, that one.
Yeah, that one.
That's beautiful.
It's magic. Like, you don't even know. So, is just the article goes. Apparently, there was this young lady named Jenny who struggled for several years to get pregnant. We're talking going through, in vitro and eggs and fertilization. Blah, 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 blah. Only to find out that 14 weeks into her pregnancy, she was having twins.
Ooh.
Which is a great thing, you would think.
That sounds good.
Sounds magical,
Sounds
amazing.
amazing.
I mean, you've been trying for so long.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Let's go ahead and have twins.
Do the whole deal.
Yeah. Except for she didn't.
What do you mean?
Well, as she was sitting there, during one of her appointments, she actually had a viable, living, healthy child aborted, murdered, because her and her husband
were older.
No.
It was a bad baby.
I mean, she was 45, but I mean that, the
baby was bad.
No, completely healthy. Both twins were perfectly healthy. Not anything wrong with any of them whatsoever.
I don't get it.
Why? They did not want to have twins.
Okay.
I'm going to quote this. This is from the article. Jenny's decision to reduce twins to a single fetus was never really in doubt. The idea of managing 2 infants at this point in her life terrified her.
Ooh.
She and her husband already had grade school-age children, and she took pride in being a good mother. She felt that the twins would soak up everything that she had to give, leaving nothing for her older children. Even the twins would be robbed because, at best, she could give each of them only half of her attention, and, she feared, only half of her love. Jenny desperately wanted another child, but not at the risk of becoming a second-rate parent.
I'm sorry, what?
I thought that made perfect sense. I mean,
She could only give half.
Yeah, apparently. Apparently, a parent can...
What?
No, I'm just...
I don't get it.
I'm just reading...
How does that...
I don't know.
How does that even work?
I don't know, but apparently, this whole aborting of a viable twin because they don't want the twin is a rather popular thing. Again, this was done back in 2011, and apparently it's kind of having a resurgence as of late. And so kind of what we're here to talk about tonight is the
fact that pretty much it's become a la carte to go kill your kids.
Pretty much. Well, just death as a whole.
Death is okay. It's okay to kill.
Apparently,
Murder is just fine.
Yes, except for it's not.
Right. It's not.
It's not.
It's not.
And yet we're and we have other stories. This is just the beginning of it. The eugenics that goes on in the world, the things that people have said. I've got a Twitter. I got a tweet actually that I have got to read to you guys here in a little while. It'll make your blood boil. It is we have given up on the sanctity of life. We no longer care about human life. We're at a point where animals, dogs, cats, you name it, has way more rights and privileges and everything than humans do.
Yeah.
And that's insane. It's just insane. I don't know. It's how people can actually get to that point is beyond me. I don't know. I don't know why. Trying to get back to it. It's literally. There are children sleeping in the other room, and I'm really trying to not blow a gasket right now. So
it's okay.
If it feels like I'm stammering for a moment,
it's because he is just a little bit because he's trying not to kill somebody.
I'm trying to not lose it around these kids.
And it's so. Here's the thing that I don't understand. This entire setup and how everything is going, and how everything is going right there, and how everything is doing. This is actually. Making a sympathetic case.
Yeah.
This story, it's there to pull on your emotions and to make a sympathetic case about the problem, this major issue that this is. Like, how are you taking this and saying death is okay?
Yeah,
and it's okay even if it's a healthy kid.
Well, I was going to say, and not just death, but death of a child.
Death of a child is okay.
And
it's okay, especially if it's a healthy kid.
Yeah. The quote she has after this is, this is bad, but not anywhere as bad as neglecting your child and not giving everything you can to your children you have.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So apparently it's bad to kill a living, viable child.
Right.
But not as bad as neglecting him. Now, I find that rather hard to believe.
I'm rather...
Because I think...
Yeah, I find that rather difficult.
If you could take said child and they could be alive...
Yes.
And then you would ask them, little Timmy, little Sarah, would you rather be dead or neglected? I'm pretty sure everybody's going to say they would rather be neglected. I mean, nobody wants either one of them, but let's be honest. I mean, if you had to pick between the two, I'd rather be dead, alive and neglected than... forgotten.
I mean, I would much rather be alive and slightly neglected than dead and have no competency at all, no understanding at all of anything.
It doesn't make any sense to me how somebody in their right mind could knowingly get rid of a child. And how do you, like, the idea of, like, with twins, okay? You have twins.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How do you pick? Like, I mean, how do you seriously choose that? And be able to sleep at night.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I was going.
No.
I didn't finish up the rest of that question. It's like, how do you do that and sleep at night?
And here's the joking question. When that kid gets, like, has a bad attitude, do you think to yourself you chose the wrong one? That's the one joke I can play tonight. Okay, the rest of this is like,
it is so bad. I don't mean to even be laughing at it, but it is funny. You know that mother at one point goes, I killed the wrong kid. Anyway.
No regrets. No regrets. It blows my mind. And, you know, we have a good friend of ours, fellow compatriot on the Lanterns Network, who has twins.
Uh-huh.
And twins that he has, apparently while they were in the womb, they actually had some issues through the pregnancy, and they had where they were having medical issues during the pregnancy, and there was a chance that they would lose one or both of them during the pregnancy. And it's like, wait, his entire purpose, he can't even fathom the idea of this being a reality to somebody.
Nope. I couldn't either, be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, how does that even come across into your mind? Like, yeah, what is going on? How is it working? And by the way, for anybody that's out there still listening on Facebook, there's a lot of lag for some reason. We don't understand why, but apparently our system,
we're working on it.
System that we're using is deciding to drop the frame rate for our live video. So
we're working on it.
I did put out a link to everybody. If you go to you can go to our Spreaker page and find the link. Actually, you can find the link on our Facebook page. I've posted it there. We're about to post one on Lanterns as well. And you can go and listen to us live there, so that you don't have to worry about the lag. So much lag.
And we're working on it. It'll get fixed here, hopefully momentarily. So, but anyway, getting back to this wonderful individual.
Yeah.
I can't. Again, I can't fathom the idea of how a person can just come to the idea of going, you know what
we're gonna do?
Yeah, you know what? I know. Hey, we don't want to have twins, so we're just gonna get rid of one of them.
Yeah, we're just gonna kill one.
I mean, how do you literally live with yourself after that?
Well, it's the same way that a person that with abortion lives with themselves. It's just they just don't think about it like that.
Oh no, and
it's their choice.
I get that, but all right. And this is going to sound horrible, but I'm about to like somewhat half justify abortion, or not justify it, but
you're going to say it.
I'm going to say it, but it's not. Yeah. It at least under the guise of abortion, people are using it as a form of birth control. Okay, it wasn't intended. It was an accident. Blah 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 blah. This lady knowingly was through
trying to get pregnant.
Bingo. You're talking in vitro. You're talking multiple eggs. You know the risk is there for that to happen, and you're going to still turn around and go, "Oh well, I'm sorry, but I only ordered one." Really?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to. This is so hard.
He's trying not to yell,
There's
guys.
Children
he really is trying
and
not to
I'm really trying. This is insanity to me. That how you can look at a child and go, yeah, no, I don't want you anymore. You know, I hope, and I usually don't do. That's not true. I'm kind of douchey like this, but I'm at a point where I hope that this person is haunted forever. I am
forever in the rest of their life.
Yes, every moment of every time they do anything, I want to hear them like. I want that to be in the back of their mind everywhere they go. That's just I
completely understand, and I agree.
What is it about terminating half a twin pregnancy that seems more controversial than reducing triplets to twins or aborting a fetus? That's one of the questions posed in this.
That's one of the questions. Okay.
After all, the math is the same either way. One fewer less. Or one fewer fetus.
Just one fewer.
Perhaps it's because twin reduction, unlike abortion, involves selecting one fetus over another.
It's because you know, without a shadow of a doubt, that you are trying to have a child. And you've decided that you don't want both. So you're going to have to kill one.
Yeah, apparently no agency tracks how many reductions occur in the United States, but those who offer the procedure report that demand for the reduction to a singleton is apparently a thing.
That's the thing.
That's the thing, the word.
Singleton
They're called
now.
singleton. While fairly rare, is rising. Mount Sinai Medical Center in New York, one of the largest providers of the procedure, reported that by 1997, 15% of the reductions were to a singleton. Last year, by comparison, 61 of the center's 101 reductions were to singletons, and 38 of those pregnancies started as twins.
I think the entire point of calling it a singleton is that they started as twins, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's a horrible play on words.
I think they did that on purpose. It's like, we had this many pregnancies of singletons, and this many of those were twins.
I
don't.
I told y'all this is not going to be a happy show, and I'm really trying to.
It's not a good day, Tater.
No, it's not. And the video's being stupid. It's magical.
You gotta love it.
It's magical.
Oh.
Well, we're going to be back. You're listening to Defenders of American Exceptionalism on the Lanterns Radio Network. Don't go anywhere. Hopefully we'll get the video squared up. But either way, we're here on the radio. So don't go anywhere. Be right back. And welcome back, folks. You're listening to Defenders of American Exceptionalism on the Lanterns Radio Network. Oh, still having some difficulties video-wise, but we're working on it.
Trying to work through it.
You can catch us on Spreaker at the link that we put in on the Facebook page. Yep. And then as Bradley so eloquently put it, you can't comment there. No, you can't, but you can comment to us on Twitter at DOA Show.
Which Dylan will also read.
Yes, I will monitor that. My handy-dandy phone.
His handy-dandy notebook.
So, yeah. So we're going to continue this wonderful
tirade,
diatribe, whatever you want to call it.
So here's one of the reasons why the 2011 story about turning twins into singletons came about was actually earlier on this week, where you had, or what was it, last week? It was last week. An opinion piece from the Washington Post.
Yeah, it was over the weekend.
And this adds on to a whole litany of countries that are getting rid of, that are using abortions to get rid of certain types of people.
Undesirables, I think is the word they use.
Peoples, yeah.
Yep.
And what it is, I would have aborted a fetus with Down syndrome.
I'm sorry.
Women need that right.
I'm sorry. What?
That is the title of this opinion piece from Ruth Marcus over at the WAPO. Yeah.
Oh, God.
So I'm going to give that one to you one more time.
Yes.
I would have aborted a fetus with Down syndrome. Women need that right.
Yeah, because that's, yeah.
See, there's a new push in the in anti-abortion circles to pass state laws aimed at barring women from terminating their pregnancies after the fetus
I love how they call that by the way.
has been determined to have Down syndrome. Wait, how can it have Down syndrome if it's not a person?
See, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Is if it's just a clump of cells, it may still turn into say,
A clump of cells.
well, I was gonna say, but it could turn into like a Volkswagen or a tree trunk or something. So
Or a
there's-
dog even.
a dog, yeah. So
Could
I mean,
even be a dog.
I did see a picture, oddly enough, of a dog that supposedly had Down syndrome.
Apparently,
They're real.
to this person, to Miss Ruth Marcus, these laws are not only unconstitutional and unenforceable, but they are wrong.
Oh yeah, because that's where you go to. It's just wrong. It's because that's an argument right there.
It's wrong.
Yeah.
No, it's not an argument. See, what this this is an emotional plea. It's not an argument. There's a difference. And so with an argument, there is reason. There's understanding. There is cause and effect.
Yep.
There's something you can actually argue against or for. Here, it's those are unconstitutional, unenforceable, and wrong.
And that's it.
They're wrong.
Yeah.
And you're a racist.
Bigot. It is. It's
Misogynist.
Or you're part of the patriarchy.
Exactly. All of those things. And that's all this is. This is just an emotional ploy to say, we're right, you're wrong,
Pretty much.
and there's nothing else to it. So
Yeah.
this is a difficult situation to discuss because there are so many parents who have and cherished a child with Down syndrome.
I love how they.
Many people with Down syndrome live happy and fulfilled lives. The new Gerber baby has Down syndrome and is awfully cute.
I'm so glad you put that qualifier in there because
What?
we might think you were a bad person.
Yeah.
You might
Yeah. No. Yeah.
perish the thought.
Perish the thought.
Tisk. She's not a bad person.
So she goes on to say, I've had 2 children. I was old enough when I became pregnant that it made sense to do the testing for Down syndrome. Back then, it was
amniocentesis.
Performed after 15 weeks.
Actually,
Now,
it's amnio, but yeah.
amniocentesis.
Yeah,
I
that's where they.
can't say long words from this far away.
They stick the big needle in your belly and.
Oh, but the amniotic fluid?
There you go.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Amniocentesis.
Okay. After I
Yeah.
don't know, 2 months, it's all just pee.
That's all to say.
It's all just pee.
Thank you for tuning in to Bio Talk with the Biology Channel.
Now they
But
use
anyway.
a different sort of sampling method, which can provide conclusive determination as early as 9 weeks. I can say without hesitation that, tragic as it would have felt and ghastly as a second trimester abortion would have been, I would have terminated those pregnancies had the testing come back positive. I would have grieved and then moved on.
Yes, because that's how you do it.
But wait.
No,
Why would you grieve? I'm sorry.
Again,
Wait.
if
Why
it's
would
not
you
a
grieve?
person,
What are you grieving?
that's where I was going. If it's just a clump of cells, if it's just a fetus, if it's not important, then why would you need to grieve?
Because you know deep down inside that there is a moral part of you that says that is a person, that is a child, and that you killed it.
Look, the point of the point of this test, of the amniocentesis and all that jazz, it's not necessarily to see if the child has Down syndrome or some other type of birth defect. Now, you can spot those,
Yes.
but the main reason you get those done is to find if there's something wrong with the child that could be possibly repaired before the child is born, i.e. like a heart problem or something with lungs or whatever.
Yes.
You can catch that in womb and
They can actually do surgery in the womb, sew the womb back up.
Exactly.
Everything's fine. The kid's good. It's literally like it didn't actually happen at all.
exactly. That's the whole point of the test, not to find out if you're going to have a kid that might cause you a little bit more trouble than you were planning to bargain for, and then you now need to make the option of whether or not you need to like leave said agreement with the child. And like that's just I'm sorry. That
She goes on.
Oh, good.
I respect and I admire families that knowingly welcome Down syndrome into their lives. Certainly, to be a parent is to take a risk that accompanying parenting. You love your child for who she is, not what you want her to be.
Well, but
how do you know if it's a female?
Well, but no,
I'm sorry. Why did you give it a gender?
Bell. No, I agree with that part of it. But why would you hold on? If you respect and admire, then how can you sit there and say earlier that it is not constitutional?
Right.
That is just wrong.
Exactly.
If it's just wrong, then how can you respect and admire somebody?
I respect and admire your choice for being as bold to take on the point of actually parenting a child with Down syndrome.
Then how about respect my rights to own a gun?
Oh, no.
It's not the same thing?
That's killing people.
Oh, but her killing a possible Down syndrome fetus, air quotes, is not killing.
That's just making a responsible choice.
Okay, gotcha.
There's a difference.
The inconsistencies.
Making a responsible choice is killing your kid. Owning a gun kills people.
I'm sorry. Start that again. I
hear
this loud ringing in my ear, and I can't concentrate. I feel like I need to just hit my head against a wall. I'm sorry.
Slow.
My head hurts. Okay, so
killing a child in the womb because of Down syndrome is a responsible choice if you can't handle it personally.
Okay.
But owning a gun because it makes you feel safe kills people.
Yeah, I still don't follow that. But go ahead, let's move on because it's just I don't. And all right, before we go on with that, so what is the difference between that then and the mercy killings that a lot of Islamists do, like hardcore Islamists do?
What do you mean by mercy killings?
You know, you're converting out of Islam, or you're mostly is for girls.
Those are honor killings.
Honor killings. Well, whatever. Mercy killings, honor killings, whatever. Tomato. Point is, you're still taking out your child because they're not following what you want.
Yeah, but it follows a similar aspect there as Japanese tradition of you dishonored the family, thus kill yourself.
Yes, no, and again, but they're doing the killing. That's my point. What's the difference? Is there really a difference?
No, there's really not.
Okay, no, I just want to make sure.
Disrespecting life altogether. So
okay, which is apparently the running theme for tonight is
disrespecting life altogether. Yeah. So she went on to say, "I'm going to be blunt here.
Oh, good.
That was not the child I wanted. That was not the choice I would have made. You can call me selfish or worse, but
I will.
I am in good company.
No, you're not.
The evidence is clear. That most women confronted with the same unhappy alternative would have made the same decision.
That's not good company. That's bad company.
Which brings us to the Supreme Court. North Dakota, Ohio, Indiana, Louisiana passed legislation to prohibit doctors from performing abortions if the sole reason is because of the diagnosis of Down syndrome. Utah legislature is debating such a bill. These laws are flatly inconsistent with the Supreme Court's Roe v. Wade, which actually doesn't mean it's not constitutional. It just means that Roe v. Wade was probably wrong.
That would be nice.
Ruling, which was, quote, reaffirmed in 1999, that it is constitutional liberty of the woman to have some freedom to terminate her pregnancy.
But they won't tell you what some.
Yeah, you don't know what some is. But by the way, some doesn't mean all, and it doesn't mean you can pick and choose. It means that there is a set diagnosis of these are the places in which we'll say that it's okay for you to abort legally. And by the way, that's still too far, because it's not okay for you to abort.
No, there's no. I want it to be clear.
It's not okay.
Right here, right now, in front of God and everybody. That I don't care what reason you think you have.
It's not a good one. The reason is wrong.
The reason is wrong. Abortion is murder.
Yes.
Period. For any reason. And I've had people, well, what about the health of the mother? You know what?
What about the health of the mother? That is literally 0.1%.
Even if it is, even if that is at risk, I am sorry. And a lot of other people are not in the same realm and vein as I am. But I have enough faith in my belief structure and in my God that my faith says that it's going to work out right no matter what.
Yeah.
And if I lose both, then that's just the way it's supposed to go. I can't control that, nor do I have the right to dictate.
Right. There's no way to dictate, and there's no way that you should be allowed to dictate.
Nope.
Who's going to live and who's going to die. The only time where that really should happen is in a very certain case where somebody took another life. And then the law is supposed to dictate who should live and who should die for that punishment.
Yep.
That's the law's job.
But I mean, how do you? We've gotten to a point where we're willing to kill a viable twin because you didn't want more than one child. We're having no problems apparently, with taking out and killing, someone with Down syndrome because it doesn't meet our standard of norm, or it's going to be a little bit difficult.
Right.
But again, children sleeping, trying to channel everything through a really small hole.
Goose frappa.
You people realize the people that are pushing these insane things. You realize that if the opportunity was given to your parents and they went the route you're trying to advocate to be able to do,
you wouldn't be here.
You wouldn't be here.
Yeah, not at all.
Just throwing that part out there.
You wouldn't be here at all.
So
you'd be gone.
Why?
Non-existent.
I don't understand. This is one thing that I cannot mentally get my brain around. Is how is it in God's name that a person can sit here and say that it is okay for me to be here but not somebody else, and merely because I'm just lazy?
Can I stop you there?
You might need to, because I was about to get really loud.
Because it's not in God's name.
Well said. Very well. You know what?
It's not in God's name.
You were absolutely right. I walked into that one.
It's just plainly not. That is all it is. It's not in God's name. There is no way that they could do that in God's name if they tried to do it in God's name. Basically, that's what they're saying, is that I'm killing in the name of God my offspring because, well, I'm lazy, I'm bored.
I'm irresponsible.
I don't want this right now. It's an inconvenience.
Greed, selfishness.
I'm greedy. I want to make a living. I don't want to lose my job.
Don't want to be responsible.
I don't want to be responsible for another human being. Look, I can't even take care of myself. See, I'm pregnant. Whatever reason you want to come up with.
Look, hell has a very special place for people like this.
Yes.
A very, very special place. And I
well, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. So.
My eye is twitching.
Your eye is twitching?
It is. It's.
Uh-oh.
My eye is twitching really bad right now.
Gosh.
It's really bad.
He's really trying not to scream.
You have no idea. Because
my mellow voice is keeping him chill right now.
No, your children sleeping is what has me chilled right now. If it was not for that, I would have.
Oh yeah, you'd have been gone by now. You'd have been bonkers.
I've been working today. I have been doing nothing but monologuing the entire day. I had all this stuff planned out. Everything was all done, and not one bit of it. I had to literally scrap it all because of either volume or certain words that are not appropriate for. So, yeah,
And with that,
we're
gonna take a minute. Let
breathe.
Let Dylan breathe and
calm down for a moment. It doesn't get any better from this after this.
It really doesn't.
Way.
And when we come back, we're gonna talk about what the future is.
Yeah,
what's gonna happen, and
it's not that bright, I promise you.
But you really should wear shades.
You should. I would.
If I was you.
If I had them in with me, I would. You're listening to Defenders of American Exceptionalism on the Lanterns Radio Network. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. And welcome back. You're listening to Defenders of American Exceptionalism on the Lanterns Radio Network. Woosah.
Yep. You can find us sort of shoddy-like on Facebook right now.
Yeah, we're trying, man.
Apparently, it's a little shoddy. I'm sorry, you guys. I don't know what's going on. I think the system that the program that we're using has decided that it's not going to upload properly. But you can also go to Spreaker, SoundCloud, iTunes, pretty much anywhere and everywhere that you would like to go to listen to us, and you can hear us live right there. If you go and find us at Defenders of American Exceptionalism, you can also find us at Lanterns.buzz. If you go to Lanterns.buzz, you can see us.
Budge?
I know.
Somebody that was a Freudian. That was a Freudian slip right there. Somebody wants fudge.
Ooh, fudge. Lanterns.buzz. You can find us there, as well as many other of our wonderful contributors. What'd I miss? Oh, go to patreon.com.
There you go. See,
/DOAE show. Become a patron of ours.
Usually I'm the one.
Swag.
Usually I'm the one that messes that up.
Yeah, well, I was tripping over my words.
Thinking about fudge.
Actually, no, I'm thinking about this next story.
Oh God. This is not a happy show, and it was one of those things where we felt it needed to be discussed. Because we were just talking about the apparently the casualness and the normalcy of killing off a viable twin because you didn't want more than one child at a time, or going through eugenics and getting rid of people with Down syndrome and undesirables. Apparently now we're also getting to a point where we are happy with old people killing themselves.
Not just happy, but we're kind of celebrating it.
So not just celebrating it, but there's a documentary made about it that celebrates it.
It's like, hey, watch this this really old couple decide to kill themselves in a story.
Yeah, from the Daily Wire. And again, all of our stuff is linked up on the Facebook and everything like that. You catch the link if you want to read the stories, or if you want your head to explode. If not, that's cool.
You don't have to. You really don't have to.
But from the Daily Wire, how romantic to end your 66-year marriage Romeo and Juliet style, says the new documentary, quote, Living and Dying, a love story.
You do understand that the entire point of Romeo and Juliet, that is a tragedy. You shouldn't do those things. It's not a good idea.
Yeah.
It's love requited and also foregone, and it's not.
Yeah,
it's forbidden love.
Yeah, that's not what people are supposed to be aspiring to.
No, you're not supposed. Romeo and Juliet is not something you aspire to.
No, recounting the story of Oregon elderly couple Charlie and Francie Emmerich. The documentary favorably portrays their decision to die by self-administered lethal injection, which was legally sanctioned by the Oregon Health Authority after the two were diagnosed with deadly diseases. Charlie,
wait, where's this?
In Oregon.
Don't we have a Redskin somewhere?
We do.
In Oregon?
We do. Old AJ
Davis. What's up, man?
Yeah.
What's up with your Oregon?
Well, he's got Portland, and that's all we need to say.
Oh.
Moving on. Charlie had been suffering from advanced Parkinson's disease, while Francie suffered from lymphoma. So, according to the documentary, both Charlie and Francie were examined by medical and mental health practitioners before making the decision, and were supported by family.
Wait. What? You have kids that want to see you die?
In fact, the family watched them die together.
Wait. What? You had a live showing of you killing yourself? I know we did a documentary on it, but really?
All right, here's my thought on this. Like, I understand when you have somebody die and you're like, I'm going to be in the will.
I'm going to go to the wake.
I'm going to get something out of this. There's a part of you that's like happy because you're going to get something out of it. But I don't know if I could actually go so far as to watch it happen.
Yeah, I can't. Like, okay,
there goes mom. And
do you remember the whole thing why people used to hang people in the streets and everything, and it was a show of sign of like, okay, you don't do something bad.
Yeah,
and here's why.
Here's why, because this is where you're going to end up.
Yeah, that's not It's not there. You don't do that. This is the exact opposite.
It's
Hey, by the way, in 66 years, you and your loved one could potentially choose to kill themselves and be okay with it having their family watch. Isn't that awesome?
Well, here's my thought is, all right, so they made it to the 66 years. And now obviously we don't know how far along either one of them were with their diseases, but what if they could have go for another year or two? What if they could have made it to 67 or 68?
Or 69?
70? Before they, would their life be hard? Absolutely. But I think I would much rather take my chances.
Right, exactly.
I like living. Call me crazy, but
I mean, that's kind of the thing. I'm like everybody else, there's kind of a fear of death there, but
but still, here reads the synopsis of those events.
Oh gosh. Here, I got you. You're talking about right here?
With loving and logistical support from the eldest daughter, Geraldine, medical evaluations by caring physicians, and practical information and guidance from volunteers with end-of-life choices, which apparently is a company. Charlie and Francie move through the death with dignity qualification process.
Wait.
Doesn't that sound...
There's a qualification process?
You take a test, and if you fail, then you don't get to die. How depressing is that?
You can't kill yourself. You're going to have to die in agony and pain.
And I love how they call it the death with dignity qualification process. They gave it a nice little name. The family's remarkable acceptance of death, open communication, and intentional preparation are highlighted in one extraordinary scene where Francie discusses with Geraldine and Cher the words to use when notifying friends and relatives that she and Charlie die.
By the way, Cher in this one is S-H-E-R, not Cher as in like...
Sonny and Cher.
Not that one. Just wanted
Not the I got you, babe.
Not that babe.
Not that babe.
No.
As the date for their planned death nears, the family gathers with laughter and tears to celebrate Charlie and Francie's 70 years together and to say goodbye. Days later, Charlie and Francie fulfill their heartfelt wish, they peacefully passing hand in hand.
Geraldine, the couple's eldest daughter, told reporters that the decision was natural.
Yes, it is natural for a person to go, you know what, I'm ready to die.
How about you?
Because they make they have hotlines for that very thing because it's so natural. They want to talk you out of it.
Yes.
We have 22 veterans a day killing themselves at the very least, and we want to stop that. But it's natural. It's natural.
See, enacted in 1997, approximately 1,300 people have taken their own lives under the Oregon Death with Dignity law. California has legalized such a law in 2016.
That in a little bit is redundant because California does everything that's stupid.
Well, yeah, obviously. If it wasn't it's actually surprising that it wasn't in California first.
I know. I was actually a little shocked myself.
Oregon is like the place where Californians go to retire.
Yeah, well,
Oregon.
where Oregon goes, so goes California.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
That's only because the old people moved to Oregon, so it's kind of where it is.
We're at a point where we are congratulating and we're celebrating death.
We're documenting it in a way that says, you know what? It's okay to commit suicide.
It's
not.
It's not.
Okay.
It's not okay
to commit suicide. It doesn't matter if the pain that you're in, the push that's going on, how long you've lived. I understand that there are people out there that are living in torment and torture that can't move their arms, that their bodies don't react anymore. Their mind is gone. I get it.
Yeah, but
but where do you draw the line, though? I mean, okay.
It's not even where you draw the line. What point did we give up and stop holding life as something precious?
Duh.
When did that happen? There used to be a point where when someone killed themselves, you mourned for that because, not only is this a very permanent decision, but you've hit a wall where that was someone felt that was their only decision. That used to be that was never celebrated. That was always a very sad thing. That was always something that people grieved.
It was a thing where somebody went to it, and that was the wall that they hit, and said,
"I can't go any further." Yeah,
I'm done. I can't go anymore.
And now we're making documentaries about it and celebrating it, or we're actively putting articles out saying how if I could kill a Down syndrome person, I would do it.
No,
or I have no problems killing off a perfectly living twin just because I only wanted one.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
There's something wrong with a society when you get to that point where you have no desire for life. You have no appreciation for life. You don't have any respect for it.
Yeah. You have nothing going on for it. You have these people that are just looking at it and saying, well, it's my choice. It's my body. It's my choice. And then you have other people going around and saying, well, it's my body. It's my choice to kill myself. Because you know what? I'm old enough. I'm tired enough, and daggone it,
I'm going to do what I want. Well, and I mean, that's a horrible way to go. And I mean, I feel for you, but
you missed the Smalley reference.
No, I decided to blow right past it.
Well, I couldn't. I had to get it in there.
It's so irritating, though, that we've, on one level or another, we do not respect life. And you see that in the laws and the registration and the legislation that they're trying to pass and everything. It's all about control of somebody else. And this is so difficult. A society that does not, take care of itself, it doesn't appreciate life, is not going to survive. I can't remember where I heard that. I know I heard that today from somewhere. But there's an actual study out that says that, when you start, killing off of your old folks and your young folks too, then that means, the society doesn't see a future. And if society doesn't see a future, that means eventually you're going to go down as disappearing. There was something I saw, there was an article, and I meant to pull it, where it was saying that I think it's by 2035, there's going to be more old people in America than there are young.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense, though.
Because nobody's having children. Or
they're killing them all.
Well, at this rate, we're killing them all. 65 million, since what, 1972?
Tons of people have children. They're just flushing them down the toilet.
Literally.
Yeah.
And then we wonder why society is the way it is, because we've been allowed to treat life completely as, just flippantly.
Yeah. We treat life like it is nothing more than, I don't know, a light switch.
Pretty much. And we need to get back to a point where we have, where life was important, where life means something again. Where you actually got upset or you were sad for someone who passed away. Not, literally flipping a coin to find out which twin you're going to get rid of.
Yeah, I mean, that's not good.
And to do that with basically a smile on your face, without any issues whatsoever, no problems. That's
doesn't make sense to me.
Hell is got a very special place for you. That's all I'm going to say. And I hope
keep going back there.
I hope you like it warm, because
it's warm and toasty.
It's gonna burn your biscuits. That's all I'm going to say.
Just a little bit.
It's just, this is one of my biggest issues is how you can kill somebody, let alone a child. And the older folks, killing themselves is not good either. But definitely from starting with the children's side, they're children, they're babies, they're. How is it that a dog has more rights and more ability and more living power, basically, than a child?
You keep going back to that.
Because it just drives me insane.
Yeah.
It drives me banana sandwich. To know that seriously that there are animals walking around this neighborhood right now that have more rights and more protection than an unborn child.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even just the simple birds out the window. Why? Because you're inside city limits and it's a bird sanctuary. You can't fire a gun inside city limits.
That's right. Well, I could fire a
Well,
bow
you
and arrow
can,
if I
but-
wanted to try. But
Yeah, but you can't kill a bird. It's a bird sanctuary. You cannot kill a
Yeah,
bird inside city
not at
limits
all.
for any reason.
Mm-mm.
And a bird has more protective laws than an unborn child. And that floors me to know. And the fact of the matter is that people don't want to... People are okay with it.
People don't want to think about it in a way that it's not even that they're okay with it. It's that people want to do and be what they want. They don't want they don't want the added undue stress and burden of reality.
Look.
And so they want to do what they want when they want
Mm-hmm.
because of what they want, and if there's a consequence to it, they want a way to get out of that consequence.
Yeah, and I got that part. And then it's even the people around it. You know, they're like, well, I'm not going to say nothing. It doesn't concern me. Look.
Yes, it does. All life concerns you.
Well, I was going to say,
if you hug trees and then you go around saying it's okay for a woman to kill a baby,
yeah, if...
it concerns you.
You know, that silence in the face of evil is evil itself.
If you are a vegan because you don't like killing animals,
and you'll abort a kid,
but you'll abort a child,
yeah, then
you're doing it wrong.
You know.
And speaking of doing it wrong, Stephen Hawking died
on Pi Day.
On Pi Day, good man. At least he died mathematically comical.
That was the humorous part about the whole thing.
He died mathematically comically. That's good. Wonderful.
It made me.
If nobody understands who that is, Stephen Hawking. He was, a theoretical physicist. He became famous by crushing other people's theories with his own imagination, and then when he got older, he realized that those theories were wrong, and then rewrote them as the exact same theories that he crushed earlier in his life. And all of those other guys that he crushed are penniless and homeless.
Like Al Gore. Something like Al Gore would do, wouldn't it?
It is something like Al Gore would do, except for Al Gore's not this smart.
And we use air quotes for that, by the way.
I really wanted to find a little type text that you type it in and it says some stuff, just to kind of do the whole
"I'll see you on the other side."
Yeah, that whole thing. Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to do. Is that wrong?
I think it's. I was okay with it.
I think it's wrong.
We just couldn't find it though.
It's probably wrong though. I shouldn't have done that.
Well, it's finally over. The pain.
the fragging.
I think we're going to be a little bit more. We're going to be definitely more jovial. Hopefully next week on Saturday.
Let's try.
That's what I'm shooting for.
It really depends on what's going to happen. Oh, we might talk about Russia.
Yeah, we might.
We might talk about Russia.
We might.
There's a lot of stuff going down there.
Or we might not, because I like living, and I don't need them coming and getting me.
In Soviet Russia.
You don't run from them; they run from you.
Poison kills you.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, thank you for listening, folks. It was a little bit depressing, but we appreciate y'all sticking it out with us. You're listening to it for Defenders of American Exceptionalism on Lanterns Radio Network. You can find us at DOA Show on Facebook, DOA Show on Twitter, patreon.com/DOA
Show.
DOA Show. Get some swag. Help us keep the lights on. We really appreciate it, guys. We will see y'all Saturday, 9 p.m. Make sure you like, share with your friends. See you Saturday night. Bye-bye.